God is standing in their way. For the sake of the Syrian people, the time has come for him to step aside and leave this transition to the Syrians themselves. People of Syria, people of Syria, people of Syria deserve a government that respects their dignity, protects their rights, and lives up to their aspirations. We understand the strong desire of the Syrian people that no foreign country should intervene in their struggle. And we respect their wishes. We also have a history of kind of moving in and out of Pakistan. I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. We funded 20 years ago. We funded 20 years ago. And we did it because we were locked in this struggle with the Soviet Union. They invaded Afghanistan, and we did not want to see them control Central Asia. And we went to work. And it was President Reagan, in partnership with the Congress, led by Democrats, who said, you know what, sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's deal with the ISI and the Pakistani military, and let's go recruit these Mujahadeen, and let's go recruit these Mujahadeen, and let's go recruit these Mujahadeen. That's great. Let's get some to come from Saudi Arabia and other places, importing their Wahhabi brand of Islam, importing their Wahhabi brand of Islam, importing their Wahhabi brand of Islam. So that we can go beat the Soviet Union. And guess what? They retreated, they lost billions of dollars, and it led to the collapse of the Soviet Union. So there's a very strong argument, which is, wasn't a bad investment to end the Soviet Union.
So if you think if we walked away from this, didn't give them money today, it would be worse for us from a security standpoint.
I do. We're building a relationship that just did not exist. I said in our last trip when you were with me that we had a huge trust deficit, in part because the United States had, to be fair, we had helped to create the problem we're now fighting. We had helped to create the problem we're now fighting. We had helped to create the problem we're now fighting. When the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, we had this brilliant idea that we were going to come to Pakistan and create a force of Mujahadeen, and create a force of Mujahadeen, and create a force of Mujahadeen, equip them with Stinger missiles and everything else to go after the Soviets inside Afghanistan. And we were successful. The Soviets left Afghanistan, and then we said, great, goodbye, leaving these trained people, leaving these trained people, leaving these trained people, leaving these trained people who were fanatical in Afghanistan and Pakistan, leaving them well armed, creating a mess, frankly, that at the time we didn't really recognize. We were just so happy to see the Soviet Union fall, and we thought, okay, fine, we're okay now. Everything's going to be so much better. Now you look back, the people we're fighting today, we were supporting in the fight against the Soviets. We understand the strong desire of the Syrian people that no foreign country should intervene in their struggle, and we respect their wishes. In just the past 2 weeks, many of Syria's own neighbors and partners in the region have joined the chorus of condemnation. President Obama said this morning, no outside power, no outside power, no outside power can or should impose on this transition. It is up to the Syrian people. It is up to the Syrian people. It is up to the Syrian people to choose their own leaders in a democratic system based on the rule of law and dedicated to protecting the rights of all citizens, regardless of ethnicity, religion, sect, or gender. It is up to the Syrian people. It is up to the Syrian people. It is up to the Syrian people.
British journalist Lizzie Phelan started a visit to Syria a week ago and talked about her impressions.
Yes, I've been in Damascus for 6 days now. I'm come here as a journalist from England, and I've been very surprised to witness the situation here, because before I arrived, I followed the media on what was happening in Syria, and I got the impression, as many people in England do, that the whole country is in a complete state of chaos, that it's very unsafe, and that there is army in the streets, and that there is big protests every day across the country against the government. The Syrian government. So when I arrived, I was very surprised, and I have been for the past 6 days, not only to find that life continues relatively normally here. Of course, there's some problems that we can see, but people are going to work, people are going to school. The city is very safe. I've been traveling around on my own at times, sometimes late at night, and I've had no problems, and I haven't so far seen any big demonstrations against the government. Actually, I've witnessed a massive demonstration in support of the government just a few days ago in Umayyin Square. So really, I've been very surprised, as I said, to what I've witnessed here is completely different from what has been told to the public in the West, in England, the United States, and other countries.
In reply to a question about the demonstration of the Umayyad Square and how President Assad came to the square and talked to the people, Phelan said,
I thought it was really amazing when President Bashar al-Assad, he went to the demonstration a few days ago amongst the people, and spoke to them. Really, it shows for me that while the media, BBC, Al Jazeera, is saying that President Bashar al-Assad is hated by his people, that actually he can go into a square where there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, and I saw the reaction of the people. They were really very delighted and excited to see him, and wanted to express their love and their support for him. And he went there with his wife and his children, quite unconcerned for his security, which is not really the actions of a president who is hated and in fear of his own people.
نحن ومسيرة الإنصاف ونحن مع الدكتور بشار الأسد شو ما صار، وغير ثلاثة ما بنختار الله وسوريا وبشار.
كنا ولا زلنا وسوف نبقى مع سيادة الرئيس الدكتور بشار الأسد دائما وأبدا.
شكرا لروسيا، شكرا للصين، ونحن مع قيادة سيادة الرئيس بشار الأسد ومع سوريا الوطن.
الشعب العظيم بحيي قائدنا العظيم، بحيي كل الشباب
The Greek Orthodox Patriarch agrees there are 12 churches in Damascus, he says, and they have never faced any problems.
We have the freedom here to be Christian.
But off camera, many Christians speak of the increasing role of Islamist groups in the protest, especially the Muslim Brotherhood. They point to the fact that many of the protests have emerged from the mosques, and many Christians now voice strong support for President Assad as they fear the rise of fundamentalism.
We live here in freedom and security. What happened? Then we realized it's a conspiracy from outside Syria. President Assad has been reforming, but give him time. Things don't happen overnight.
75-year-old Juliet scolded me for checking on the president. Don't interfere in our affairs, she told me.
We are very happy with him and don't feel he's just a president. He's a loving father and has great ethics.
The 91-year-old patriarch knows the president personally, and he has faith in him, he says.